Here with Coach Todd Peterman, head coach of DeSoto Eagles, returning state champions this year. Coach, first of all, congratulations on your state title run, number one. Now, how do you keep everybody focused, including yourself, as you're defending a state title for the first time?
To be honest, it hasn't been really hard keeping the kids focused. I think 11 of them played in the state championship game. And that's something I did early is, stand up if you played in the state championship game. 11.
Right.
So, it's a new team and new leadership. And so that hasn't been difficult. The pressure's been on. I mean, do I personally or the staff feel less or more pressure? It's the same.
Yeah.
The expectations are for DeSoto to win the state championship. We had just never done it before last year, but the expectations haven't changed.
Yeah. Now you, of course, have always been one of the coaches in the state rather that is always about getting some of the young guys opportunities at a much bigger level, on a varsity level. And I think that's helped you guys over the years be able to kind of reload and retool season after season. So now you got some young guys stepping in now, mainly the quarterback, who Courtney Douglas is going to be your starting quarterback. How has he matured since last season to this season, his senior year?
Well, his maturation process has been, great, but he was very mature last year. I think he could have stepped in and done an incredible job, and he did. He did at times. He started a game and played a tremendous amount for a backup quarterback. So, he's always assumed a leadership role, even as a backup, which is incredibly hard to do. So, as a starter, he's just flourished even more in that leadership part of it, and he understands what we do, how we do it, why we do it, and when we do it. So, he just is a natural as far as those things go.
Do you feel that target of the bullseye even bigger now? I mean, DeSoto's always been a target school for a school like Jesuit, who you played week one, to kind of get some kind of cachet by hanging with them or beating them. You feel like that target on your back is even bigger now?
It's interesting. I get that question every time I've done an interview since we won it, and I don't feel so. I feel like we've always had a tremendous target on our back. I don't think there's any more room on our shirt for a bigger target. Yeah. So I don't believe that. I believe it's just the same as it always is. We're always fighting for respect in our mind.
Yeah.
That's it. They're the same old thing. DeSoto's undisciplined. DeSoto's going to get a lot of penalties. So,
right.
Well, that at some point that becomes perception, not reality. And we've changed a lot of things where we don't get a lot of penalties. We've been incredibly disciplined for years. There's just some areas we were lacking in, like the special teams and kicking and having a kicking coach, having a punting coach. Those types of things have helped us get over the hump. And if you step back and you've really followed our program, you understand that. It's a huge difference. I mean, we can want to have a kicker, want it real bad, and bring all the kids out here and try them out and get the soccer kids out. Right. We can do all those things, but unless you have someone that truly understands how to coach kickers and develop them, you're not going to be successful. And that's something that we've been banging our head on still in here for years. Finally, we just brought in a kicking coach.
Yeah.
Let him do it. So those are the extra little things. We do get penalty 2 more, it looks like, on offense, but we're running 90 plays a game in big games compared to another team running 60. So we're running 50% more plays. And so overall, if you look at our penalties versus Allen's versus South Lake Carroll's last year, we were less. I know we were when we played at particular points of the season.
Right.
We had less than them. I don't know how they ended up, or less average per game.
Right.
So those are 2, quote, disciplined programs that I look at to kind of compare and contrast on some things. So, and you can't just look at overall when you're looking at penalties.
Right.
You can't look at when we play a team we beat by 40 because we're going to have kids in the game that don't play as much as your starters. Because I'm going to pull the kids as soon as I get the opportunity. The game is over. We're going to start playing kids.
You had a big spotlight on some key offensive players last year. Everybody was talking about, of course, the quarterback, your 2 dynamic wide receivers you had last year. Who are some of the players that you have been really looking at throughout the offseason as they're going to be key contributors to this team as the season starts to move forward?
Well, we've got Keaton coming back, Keaton Walker coming back, and he's committed to Houston. He's about 220 pounds now. He's about 219 actually. And he had a great, rushed for 800 something yards last year, splitting duty. We've got Darian Trish, another running back that we're excited about. He actually broke his ankle during the horn scrimmage last year, missed the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Dylan Lawrence, the senior running back that I'm really excited about. He's gained 10 to 15 pounds in off season and really looks the part.
Mm-hmm.
So those are our running backs.
Mm-hmm.
At receiver, we moved Jamal Brown back. You know, we moved him to defense last year.
Right.
And he started, made some big hits and big plays. Moved him back to offense, and he's a dynamic, exciting player. And we've got Levante Chenault. He's got 7 to 10 Division I offers, and we have a sophomore, Lawrence Arnold, that outside receiver, big, tall, 6'2", 6'3", sophomore. I'm excited about. And then we have Brian Hanspart, BJ's younger brother, and right now he's in the start lineup. So those are all, tentative, and the big spot for us is a receiver that can play tight end.
Okay.
That's the key. And when we're really, really, really good around here, we're going to have two that can do that. So last year we had Orion that could do it.
Right.
And our season really changed offensively. We got better when LaVisca got hurt. We moved Orion over from defense. We were better. And once he came over, he never came out. So we had to take another receiver out when LaVisca came back. So then we could get in very multiple formations and do a lot of things. So that's ideally our goal, is to develop these kids, teach them, and find those kids that are swing type kids. And so Kenneth Salters is our new LaVisca.
Okay.
That'll play the tight end
Right.
and play wide, play in the slot, and just move him around everywhere. He's a junior. So we're younger than we've been in quite a few years here offensively. Defensively, I believe it's the deepest we've been. I'm not going to say the most talented and all of those things, but it's the deepest we've been. Right now, I think Coach House said he has 20 kids that he considers starters. So defense nowadays has to play a lot more kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't just have 11.
Right.
And his goal is, Coach House goes 18, and right now he's at 20. So those are kids that rotate. So he calls them 1A and 1Bs. I mean, they're both starters, and you can go with either one, but they're going to rotate throughout the game.
Right.
And that's something. And right now, where we're at, versus where our defense is at, if they don't want us to make first down, we won't. When we scrimmage, if they don't want us to, we got to get lucky to get
That's
one.
good. Good
So
to hear.
they're just a lot better than us right now.
And get into a little bit about this game. Week 1, you opened up on the road against a team that you played last year, Jesuit, the Rangers. Anything you're expecting different from that team? Anything you take from the last game?
You never know. You know what I mean? The quarterback got hurt when they played us last year, and the one that came in did an excellent job, and he's back. So on the JV level, to be honest, I don't remember the score. I remember the game, and we'll watch it tomorrow.
Right.
But that Emmett Smith's son, I believe, playing running back, and he was electrifying. I remember that. And so we're looking for a great game. They lost a lot of kids. We lost a lot of kids, and we're going to go find out.
All right. Well, we look forward to talking to you throughout the season. We look forward to the start of the season. Make sure you check it out right here on ntxgame.com for all of the DeSoto radio broadcasts throughout the season for our 5th year, and probably our best year.
Thank you guys for doing it.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right.